Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hi, Sean.
So we're joined
Lovely
here today now with Joe. Joe's taking on our walking football team for Brixham Town. We're really proud to be able to have a walking football team for the club going into this season. It's the first time that we've ever done it. I approached Joe last year because I knew Joe was doing some walking football in Brixham, and he was more than keen to get on board and help with the club. So yeah, I just wanted to get Joe up. We'll do a little speak with Joe and sort of find out how it all started and where it's come. So Joe, thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, thanks for having us, Sean. Yeah, it's been great so far. We didn't realise that we were that good at football until we joined Brixham Town. But how it started. Well, basically we've got a sort of group of people, mostly over 60, right? Which is one of the issues. We're a little bit top heavy in age. It's about sort of average age of 68. We want to try to get the average age down a little bit, so get some youth in it. We need a youth policy. But when we started, it was a group of people who basically used to do a regular walk for keeping fit. Yeah, so it's part of the Ramblers keeping fit policy. And this was last September, I think, and I sort of just suggested that we ought to think about walking football because I used to play football many moons ago, as some of the guys did, and I was aware that we're all getting a bit older. Fitness is a bit of an issue, and to my surprise, quite a few of them said yes, love to do it. So we kicked off over at Brixham College. Just hired a hall for a Friday, see how it went, and a lot of people turned up for it. Had a great laugh, great fun, and actually some people had never played football before and were absolutely amazed at how much they enjoyed it. So, and it went from there, Sean, really. So that's how we are. Great. So we're almost about 9 months down the line, and it's and here we are.
Yeah.
In the Brixham Town Football Club and Devon FA Walking Football League. Good God.
So that's brilliant. And like I say, it's really nice to see how it has started and how you've developed that, and that's a credit to you and putting yourself forward to do that. And obviously it's massive for the people that take part in it. But you mentioned about the recruitment of players. So a good obviously by using this channel and using this YouTube, hopefully through this interview, we may get some more people come forward and put their names forward.
The more the merrier.
In terms of your recruiting, what are you looking for in terms of that? Are you looking for more people through the door in terms of, and where's training, and how are we going to work with that?
Okay, well, I think to sort of kick off with, we as I say, we've got a squad of hardcore about 13 at the moment. Mostly in their 60s, some in their early 70s. Not everybody can play every week because they've got other things to do. Funny enough, they've been retired. So I think what we're looking to do is to bring on as many people as we can. I've got no limit to numbers really. As I say, we'd like to get some younger people involved as well, because obviously, as we're getting a bit older, maybe we won't want to play as often. And we train every fortnight at Brixham College. In the summer, we're looking at playing here at JC Park, which would be great to play outside. It's 20 minutes a half. It's about an hour's commitment. We have a little bit of a warm up, so nobody gets injured. Got to take care of the bodies. And it's not a mission; it's just good fun. After that, we go and have a beer, and a very big part of it is the social life, the social aspect of it. It's quite important for some of the guys who are some of them on their own. So they've made new friends, apart from helping us sort of keep fit and and stay mobile. There's a very big social side to it. So come along. Let's say the more the merrier.
And so you touched upon there, obviously, with that social side, and one thing that we found was really important with this, with the walking football is it's very good for mental health and how that can have a positive impact on people's mental health. Can you talk to us just a little bit about how that factors into what we're doing here by providing this walking football?
Oh, totally. The mental health and the physical health are one and the same thing, really. As we know, one affects the other very strongly. And I think one of the, you asked me, Sean, earlier how we're going to recruit, and obviously, the obvious sort of word of mouth is the way we've grown so far. And I think one of the things I'm going to be looking at is GP social prescribing, which would be a pretty good avenue really from that aspect to help people get into something like this, which is going to be good for them physically as well as mentally. Yeah, I mean, the mental health side of it is certainly something that we're all very conscious of, and having a beer with some friends at the end of a good workout is actually very, very good for you, physically as well as mentally, as you know.
Definitely, definitely, and obviously through that avenue of getting more players in through the door, there's still chance to grow this further. We could potentially have 2 or 3 teams, and as a club, we would happily facilitate that, and the more teams that we have here walking football, the better.
Right.
And for you, do you feel like that impact is gonna grow? Do you feel like that you can see something really happening here?
Well, I think when you start something like this, Sean, you don't know where it's going to go, and as I say, without too much effort, it has grown in Brixham through word of mouth, and at the moment we've got a mixed ability and mixed age group team. So as I say, from I think the youngest is about 55 and the oldest is 78. I think there's room to now sort of have a kind of age stratified teams, so under 60s and 60s to 70s, and indeed mixed male and female, and maybe a women's team as well.
Yeah.
So absolutely, yeah. As I say, I don't think there's any limit to it. There's obvious benefits from the point of view of physical and mental health, and we'll just keep going and get as many people as we can.
Definitely. So just looking ahead then, obviously we've took part in one tournament, what we put ourselves forward for. We'll talk a little bit about that first, and then I'll go into what we was going to say second. So just talk to me a bit about our first tournament.
Yeah, well, that was a bit of a bit of an education, I think, Sean. I mean, we kicked off. I think it was the Devon FA Walking Football Cup, and we were kind of invited to join. We said, we'll play. Didn't know what to expect, to be honest with you. We just sort of went for it over at Newton Abbot at the Devon FA pitch, the 3G pitch. It was a lovely facility. And we played in the group matches. We played 4 matches. I think we set ourselves a realistic goal, which was not to be beaten by more than 5. Right. Unfortunately, our first game was with Torquay United, who was the Yellows, who won the Devon FA Walking Football League last year. We didn't know that, so we kind of it was 10-0, 10-0 first one, and we cracked on, and I think it was 10. Then it was a 7 and a 5 and a 4. So we averaged.
It got better.
It got better as it went along. But that was great. It was good fun, and But I suppose the thing to take home from that was that we were playing the best of the walking football teams that were available, and I think we made a fair fist of it, really.
Yeah. And then
it hurt a bit afterwards, but yeah.
So then looking ahead on that, from that, obviously it's a great experience to go and test ourselves against the best for the first games you're going to play, but ultimately looking forward, we are going into the lower divisions, and other guys looking forward to that challenge, and also do you feel like that will make it a lot more fun playing against sides that will be more about our level?
Well, I think that's the point, because nobody likes to lose, right? And it's we weren't too demoralised at the end of it, right? And also we were a little bit concerned about what the definition of walking was, because the guys that we were playing against were certainly walking very, very, very fast, I'd say. I think that's probably the fairest way to put it. But yeah, I think the kind of the Walking Football League have kind of sorted out what the definition of walking is, and we're quite comfortable about what we're going into in the 4th division of the league, the Development League. And the thing is, with Brixham Town Walking Football, it's Brixham Town Geriatrics is our kind of nickname. There's a core of 13 guys at the moment, which I say we want to grow. Out of the 13, 10 of them were very keen to play in the league. So I think that tells you that they've enjoyed the kickabout and the training, the fun aspect of it, and they're now aspiring to a bit more of a competitive environment,
Yeah,
which is cracking, really.
Yeah, that's great. And ultimately, I just from my point of view as club chairman, I'm just really glad to have got yourself on board, because
thanks, Sean.
you like I say, you've done a great job with what you've done, and to have people like yourselves on board with our club is only going to be a benefit and a positive thing for our club, and to keep driving this forward, because it's such a key thing. Walking football for the community, for everything about it, the community, the like I say, the mental health, the physical health, and just trying, like I say, we talked earlier when we spoke to the parents at the club about how do they feel about this club being a community club, and this is a key area of that. About trying to involve every part of our community at our club. So I'd just like to thank you for coming in and stepping up and helping us continue to develop that side of the club.
And thank you for the opportunity, Sean. It's a great opportunity, and people are loving it, and we're looking forward to developing walking football in Brixham with you. So
That's great. So thank you very much for coming out today, Joe.
Yeah.
And I'll see
Thanks,
you.
Sean. Yeah.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
mate. Yeah.
Cheers.
Great. Cheers.
Thank you.